What is going on, guys? This is the SS Ultimate Goku back with another video to do my very, very unfortunate Week 16 Green Bay Packers Beast Recap show episode. And the unfortunate is emphasized because of the collapse that we made in this game. We dominated this game from start to almost the end, to the last 2 minutes of the game, and then all hell broke loose. There were a lot of problems early on in this game. Clearly the Bears were playing dirty. Jordan Love got knocked out of the game by an illegal dirty hit. That player should have been ejected immediately for causing a concussion to our quarterback. Malik Willis came out, though, and he balled. He balled this whole game. And I've been saying it before for a long time. Malik Willis is a starting quarterback somewhere. He's not a backup. This guy is a starting quarterback somewhere. I've said it for a long time. I think he's a better runner than Jordan Love. And he proved it today. You know, the runs that he made, Jordan Love would have never been able to make those runs. He made first downs when it was hopeless. It looked hopeless, and he somehow made those runs. He's a better runner than Jordan Love. Better effective on the field. And he's proven it time and time again. 2-0 as a starter last season. He's come off the bench multiple times and has had success when Love has gone down with an injury. Pretty much the rest of the first half, the last few minutes of the first half and all of the second half, he proved that. There's a lot of things you can look back at in this game where if we did something different, the game result would have been goddamn different. But the thing that I want to know an answer for, and our head coach Matt decided not to address it, is why the flying frig did he not call a timeout right before the onside kick and or the 4th and 4 play, which got the touchdown that tied the game? Why in the flying frig did Matt not call a timeout there? He had 3 timeouts. And yes, I know what you're thinking. Frank, that would probably not have changed the game. You're right, it might have not changed the game, but we'll never know. Call a timeout. Get your team ready. You have the lead. Those timeouts, you don't need them now. You have the lead. Why are you not using them? You knew they were going to go for an onside kick when the 2-minute warning was passed when they kicked the field goal, when the Bears kicked the field goal. Literally, you knew that. You knew that going in, and yet you don't call a timeout to kind of regroup everyone just to make sure everybody's aligned. What kind of bullshit is this? Same thing with the 4th down play. Regroup everybody. Just to make sure, hey, do you have these guys covered? Do you have this thing ready? Get your best defensive play out there on 4th down and 4, because it's for the game. These were terrible decisions by Matt. All right, these little things may have changed the outcome. Yes, we don't know for sure, how much of a timeout would have changed things, but, give them more time. Just give them more time, okay? Just bullshit decision makings right there. There's a lot of things to go over. But that's just the last couple of minutes of it. The snap fumble with the center and the Malik Willis. He hasn't done any snaps with the starters, so It's not that surprising, but unfortunately it was in the worst possible time. A lot of questionable division to play before, going for a run when they knew they were ready for it. I would have rather liked to see a run on that. Up the gut, we were doing very well up the gut for 1 yards on runs with Wilson. I don't know what's going on with Josh Jacobs because obviously Josh Jacobs had a huge fumble which could have led to a possible field goal or maybe a touchdown had he not fumbled there in the third quarter. The Bears did not get anything off of that turnover, but still, if we get that there, obviously we might be looking at a different ball game. There are a lot of things you can look back on. The opening possession, obviously, 4th and 1. We go for it. It was not the right ideal play call, in my opinion. It's 4th and 1, not 4th and goal. So going for the end zone wasn't really that ideal, and right at the beginning of the game like that with Jordan Love. Obviously the touchdown that they got, the Bears got that touchdown in overtime. That was not an ideal coverage. Something you got to watch out for. There was no safety help there. Just a lot of problems all around for the game. Romeo Dobbs before botching the onside kick, which you have to be ready for that. Again, I still think they should have called a timeout there to kind of reevaluate everything and regroup everyone. But still, Romeo Dobbs has got to make that play. And it was in his hands. Just make the damn play and recover that ball because they only had 2 timeouts. There's no way, 1 first down and we win the game. If we get that ball right there. And we're in field, we're at least on the midfield at the very least. You're looking at a different game. You're looking at a different game and a possible game ender. Just horrible execution again. The timeout situation might have not changed anything, but it still would have made it a lot better, especially with a lot of the, stuff that the Bears were doing. The heaters just going out on our sidelines. I don't know if that ever was fixed, but the Bears should have lost their heaters. Obviously, the dirty hit on Jordan Love that knocked him out of the game. A lot of the aggressive penalties that were happening with the Bears, and giving us free penalty yardage was great, but again, we didn't do enough to capitalize on those opportunities. It's just a horrible, horrible thing, and trust me, I know I'm being calm right now, but I can tell you right now, I was not calm for about a half hour. Oh, man. I just don't know what to say and breaking this down because a lot of the stuff, Malik Willis played amazing. I would argue he was actually playing better than Jordan Love before Jordan Love was taken out. Don't know how the game would have went had Jordan Love been in there the whole game. But Malik Willis, like I said, I've been saying I've advocated for Malik Willis for a long time. The dude, we traded for him for a 7th round pick right before last season started. Malik Willis, he's a starter somewhere. He's not just a backup. I see someone on the media saying that Malik Willis is the perfect backup quarterback. No, he's a starter. He is a starter somewhere. It's not going to probably be here because we have Jordan Love and we just gave him a big contract extension. But I'm telling you guys right now, Malik Willis is going to be a starter somewhere. The guy has never not played not good in any of the games he has come out for Jordan Love since last year. he has played tremendous, and he's 2-0 as a starter for the Packers when Love missed 2 games. The guy is an amazing quarterback, and hopefully we'll see something for him down the road. But we're looking at possibly him being the starting quarterback next week because Jordan Love is going to be out, it appears, for at least another week because, he was out for the rest of this game, and he's going to be in concussion protocol because he's got a concussion. And it's going to be an important game. It's going to be the last home game of the season. We're most likely not going to win the division now, barring the Bears having some collapse in the next 2 weeks. I think they play the Lions in a couple weeks. They might play them on the last week. I'm not sure, though. But that's going to be probably the only possibility. But even then, I mean, we're behind 2 games. They would have to lose the next 2 games for us to, and we'd have to win the next 2 games for us to win the division, which I don't think that's happening. But yeah, I mean, this one hurts a lot. I hate losing games like this because it's a game that we really should have won. Malik Will. I mean, no, and I can't blame Malik Will. Malik Willis had a great game. He had a great game. The snap was more on the center than it was on Malik Willis. And not the best play call to begin with. Whatever they were doing. Again, the play before I don't think was a great play call. They had run it a couple of times with those gadgets, and I didn't think the Bears were clearly ready for it. This time, I think running up the middle would have been a better odds of getting the first there. Yeah. Malik Willis, let's say Jordan Love, before he got injured, was 8 for 13 for 77 yards passing. Malik freaking Willis was 9 completions for 11 attempts, 121 yards. He threw a touchdown pass. He did take 2 sacks in this game. Manuel Wilson was a leading rusher for 14 attempts for 82 yards rushing. He played tremendous in this game. Malik Willis did amazing. 10 attempts, 44 yards rushing. I mean, a lot of fake outs and stuff like that he did. I mean, they put the stat for the fumble on him, but it was really the center. Josh Jacobs, 12 attempts for 36 yards. Yeah, I mean, he did cause that fumble that could have possibly got us a touchdown or a field goal there, which would have changed a lot. Josh Jacobs, actually, I don't even think played the remainder of the game. I don't know if he came back into the game after that. It was just Emmanuel Wilson most of the time at that point. I don't understand that. I mean, Josh Jacobs did fumble, but I would have tried to, work him back in there and see what happens. Because I don't think he would have fumbled again. I know he had in practice all week, and he was a game-time decision. But, you got to play him. You got to play him. You got to do that 1-2 punch. Romeo Dobbs, and this is unfortunate because, he essentially kind of is the reason why we lost this game. He had 5 receptions for 84 yards. He had a touchdown pass. Obviously, it was a beautiful throw by Emmanuel Wilson. Musgrave had 3 receptions for 38 yards. Jaden Reed had 3 receptions for 35 yards. Christian Watson had 2 receptions for 17 yards. Josh Jacobs had 2 receptions for 12 yards. Wicks had 2 receptions for 12 yards as well. I think if they would have gone to Christian Watson more, tried to have gone to him more, it might have made a difference too. Brandon McManus, 3 field goals, 1 extra point, all short ones, but still points are points. A lot of people are attacking Nixon for not being there on the 4th down play, but again, I would strive more towards the coach for not calling timeout in those situations when you have them in the lead. It might have changed something on the defense for that 4th down play. Nixon is the reason why we beat the Pack. Nixon, I think people have short-term memory loss because I was seeing people in the stream that are saying cut Nixon, Tricky Dicky. He's one of our better special team guys. He won us the game against the Bears literally 2 weeks ago with the game-winning interception. So, no. But I do think they need help on the secondary for sure. But, Nixon was not the reason why we lost this game. Romeo Dobbs, who did contribute, unfortunately, to this game of us possibly winning, is going to be the one I feel like gets really most of the blame here because of, the situation there. If you get that ball 1 first down, and that pretty much would have sealed the win for the Packers. That, to me, is the most to blame here. This was a tough loss. This is going to be a tough one to remember for recent memory. It's a team that we're quite possibly going to have to play again in the playoffs in Chicago, barring some miracle. So it's going to be a tough road. It's going to be a tough road, guys. But that's how sometimes the things swing. We got to keep getting back. Obviously, the wild card is still in play, obviously. And obviously our last Super Bowl was a wild card team. Super Bowl victory was a wild card team. So this is something that is definitely going to have to be evaluated for what we're going to have to do going forward. Again, tough loss, but we got to regroup. Malik Willis is most likely going to be our starter next week, and we got to go up against Lamar. Last home game of the regular season, possibly our last one overall, and we got to go and win it and get in the playoffs. But yeah, guys, that's it. This is tough, man. This is a tough loss. I'm so pissed off. You have no idea how pissed off I am. It was off camera, but I was extremely pissed. This is tough. It's a tough loss. The game we should have won. Yeah. Make sure to comment, rate. If you like this video or my videos, please subscribe. Hit the notification bell for latest contents. Thank you. And yeah, I'm the SS Ultimate Goku, guys, and I'm out of here. Peace. Also, make sure YouTube channel, Twitch, Instagram, same name. Also, I do have a Discord link in the description where we discuss various topics, including this one here. And now I'm out. Peace.